So the world changed, right? Last year, we went through a massive pandemic and a collective trauma. And if you're like me, we've been on this roller coaster of emotions, ups and downs and sideways, and a lot of fear and anxiety as a result of what has happened in the pandemic. And we had a pretty bad mental health problem on our hands before the pandemic, and we've got a massive one right now. How many people have been on that roller coaster with me of stress and emotions and ups and downs over the last? You're not alone, right? We're in this thing together. What I want to talk to you about when it comes to mental health is really the problem is a perception problem. We really don't know what mental health truly is. We've never really learned it as a full aspect of health. And so we talk about it, but I think we see it through a very narrow lens. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month, if you didn't know. And so my goal is to help to try to change the perception of what mental health is so that we can start to do things to help ourselves individually or our family members or our employees start to learn how to enhance mental health. So just take 2 seconds. What comes to mind when you think of mental health? When you hear the term mental health? Anxiety, depression, these are the things when we hear or see mental health, that's what comes to mind. Looks like they got a slide mixed up, but these are the things that come to mind. Google doesn't even know what mental health is. If you were to do a Google search of mental health and put it in the search bar and hit images, what do you think you're going to see? You're going to see people looking stressed and depressed. You're not going to see people looking healthy. It starts in our school systems. Sadly, we've never really been taught what mental health is. So we really don't know how to proactively create routines and habits to address mental health so that we can get ahead of it and learn how to manage our emotions. Now think about another aspect of health, physical health. If you were to put physical health in that Google search bar and hit images, you're going to see people lifting weights and looking fit and looking healthy. You're not going to see people looking ill, so even Google doesn't quite know what mental health is. And on this, there's this landscape, there's a treatment side and a training side. And what most people think of when it comes to mental health is just the treatment. And so what I do and what I want to help people learn about is the training component. So there's a treatment and a training side. We need both in this mental health landscape. The National Institute of Health says that 20% of Americans have mental illness or mental disease. They need treatment. So 80% of us just need some tools to manage our daily emotions. We need training. So that's what we need more of. And the reason mental health is stigmatic is because of us not knowing a lot about it. When we hear the word, we think about illness. And nobody likes to consider themselves being vulnerable or ill. And so we just I don't want to talk about mental health. Let's just not talk about it, right? Training is what we want to start helping people learn. Mental health training is fun. It's hip. It's cool. It's sexy. It's empowering yourself to learn how to manage your emotions in the daily stress of life and learning new training routines like you would with physical health. And we've learned more about the mind in the last 20 years than the last 2,000. And the coolest thing that we've learned is that we have the power to literally change our minds, to restructure our mindset through training, through proactive training. And they found this out by doing imaging of monks during meditation. And what they saw was that these monks could proactively facilitate the process of neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to change. So regardless of where you're at, you can change your brain, literally. Meditation is one way, and it's a great training tool. It's saved my life. It's changed my life. I still suck at it, but I practice. I keep trying. It's not an easy thing to do, but I encourage people to start learning. People will say, Seth, I meditated for 2 minutes. Why am I not the Dalai Lama? I'm like, that's the American way of thinking, right? I want to be fixed right now. I want to be enlightened in 2 minutes. It doesn't work that way. Our brains are deconditioned. We're super stressed. We've got a ton of distractions. How many people have tried meditation at all? So raise, oh, wow, that's nice. That's a good group. So I truly believe that meditation is going to be the next jogging. It's going to be a super trend that's going to come through, and you might be awkward if you don't do it now, but you'll do it soon. But it's not the only tool. There's all kinds of tools. There's gratitude journals, breathing techniques, biohacking techniques, mantras, affirmations. There's this whole wonderful mental health gym that we need to introduce people to so that they can empower themselves. Because on that roller coaster of life, this is the guy I want you to be. I want you to be this dude, right? Calm in chaos. When you feel like the world's falling apart all around you, it's mental health training that will make you this guy, all right? So I want us all now to finish up with a nice deep breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And when life throws stress at you, remember to BAMO, breathe and move on. Thank you.